All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Jade. I'm one of your student orientation leaders. You can find me at our College Drive campus. Welcome to our pop-in session. These sessions are designed to be short and give you the essential information you need to be successful. You will have the opportunity to connect with staff and learn about all the support and resources available.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarav Jyot. I'm also one of the student orientation leaders. Today we have Chelsea here to talk about off-campus housing. She is going to be answering some of the most common questions she gets about off-campus housing. But if there is any additional question, you can submit it to the Q&A feature. If you want to be discreet, you have option to ask the question anonymously.
All right.
And we will move on to the questions.
Sounds good. Thank you, Sarvjot. First question, where can I find off-campus housing?
Great question. So you can find off-campus housing information on our Canadore website. It's under the support tab and you would select housing. On this page, you're going to find lots of helpful resources that are related to both on and off-campus housing. So Canadore is partnered with Places for Students as our off-campus housing listing site. And Places for Students is an online platform that's trusted by students, landlords, and many other educational institutions for the past 20 years. On this site, students can search detailed listings, they can post a sublet, or find a roommate using Places for Students. And all these services are free for students to use. You can create a free account with basic information and no credit card info is taken. And then you'll be able to browse listings and message landlords directly through the platform. Unlike other general rental websites, Places for Students is tailored specifically for students, which means that the listings will more often include short-term or 8-month leases, furnished rooms or utilities included, and proximity to campus locations. I encourage you guys to check the site regularly. Listings are being continuously added, sometimes daily, especially as the semester start date approaches. By checking the site often, you'll be among the first to see new options and contact the landlords directly before others get a chance to. Students often use other online resources to find housing in the North Bay community, like Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji. Those are two of the most popular options that are used when searching for housing. There are other rental sites like Airbnb or Vrbo, and they offer shorter term accommodations in the North Bay area, but these listing sites are likely to come with a higher per night cost and additional service fees. So just keep that in mind. Thanks.
So what is the average cost of off-campus housing in North Bay?
Okay, so the average cost of off-campus housing can vary, and it really does depend on what type of accommodation you're looking for. It's important that you don't leave your search for accommodation until the last minute. Housing options fill up fast, especially as the fall semester approaches, and you do risk being left with more expensive and very limited options the longer you wait to secure housing. The longer you wait, the more likely you are to pay. But what you can expect to pay on average would be anywhere from $800 to $1,000 Canadian for shared accommodation, like a room in a house with other students or a basement apartment. Around $1,100 to $1,800 for a bachelor or a studio apartment, which is usually a small space suitable for just one person. For a one-bedroom apartment, you'd be looking at around $1,800 and upwards for a room that has like a separate living bedroom for you. Two-bedroom apartments, so something good for two roommates, you're looking at anywhere from $2,500 upwards. And the same can be said for 3 or 4-bedroom apartments or houses. Now, keep in mind that the average rent is around $1,800 for single person accommodation, but you can generally find cheaper options with shared accommodations, being open to having roommates, and of course, starting your search early. Try to be flexible with your location. Consider having roommates or sharing your accommodations, and also consider the cost of a furnished versus an unfurnished unit when you're reviewing your options and trying to accommodate, get your costs manageable. Shared housing not only helps you cut cost, but it can also be a really great way to make friends and build a support network during your time here at Canadore. Thank you.
All right. What are some common housing scams that I should be aware of, and how do I avoid them?
Good question. Understanding how rental scams work is a great way that you can help protect yourself and help you secure safe, affordable housing. So whether you're searching online or hearing about a place through word of mouth, staying informed will help you spot and avoid these rental scams. So I'll talk about some of the most common ones. Phantom listings. This is where the property looks perfect, but it doesn't actually exist or it isn't even available for rent. So pay close attention to the details in the photos, like backgrounds that show skyscrapers or ocean views, as these aren't views that you're likely to get in North Bay. So keep a critical eye open for any inconsistencies or anything that seems out of place for the area that you're renting in. Another one is too good to be true. And you know what they say, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So this is no different with rental listings. If rent is advertised unusually low, keeping in mind the price ranges that we just talked about, this should be a big red flag. So proceed with caution. Another common one is upfront payments without a lease. So this is where you're asked to send a deposit to hold the unit before signing anything or even before seeing the place in person. While providing first and last month rent is a common practice when renting, you should not be asked to pay for anything before you sign an agreement. If the unit is unavailable for in-person unit viewing, this is also a sign that you should keep an eye out for. If the poster or landlord won't meet or allow anyone to see the unit, it's likely a scam. Legitimate landlords will usually find a way to let you view their unit before asking for money. And be cautious of high pressure tactics, where someone is creating a sense of urgency or pushing you to act quickly without thinking things through or verifying any details. This might be something said like, I have somebody else interested, or someone is coming at 5 o'clock to pay their deposit. These tactics are meant to make you feel like you'll miss out unless you send money or personal information immediately. So how can you protect yourself? You should know your rights. Learn more about the Landlord Tenant Board and Ontario's Residential Tenancies Act, because renters do have rights that are protected by the law, and there are a few things that a landlord cannot ask of you. So just make sure you familiarize yourself with the rules and regulations for renters and landlords in Ontario. Avoid paying with cash or gift cards, and only send payments after you've signed the lease and verified that the unit is real. Do your research, ask questions. You can always try Googling the landlord's name and information, or use Google Street View to compare the listing photo to the actual property and its surroundings. If photos are blurry or they might seem like they're stolen, you can always try a reverse image search. You can check out our website for more information and resources as well, like our student rental guide to help you.
Who do I contact if I'm having trouble securing housing?
Who do you contact if you're having trouble securing housing? It would be us. So if you're having trouble finding housing, we have lots of supports available to help guide you in your accommodation search. So contact us at Canador's Housing Support Team. We're available by email at housing.support@canadorcollege.ca. We can help you show you where to look and how to look for a listing. We'll talk about official partner sites. We can provide reliable social media groups and rental platforms to help you get started. We'll also help you get to know what to expect as a renter, so we can provide you the resources, the guidelines, and information that'll help you understand your rights and responsibilities, and to help you learn what to look for and what to avoid, like how to spot red flags or potential scams. In general, if something seems off, just reach out. It will help you figure out what steps you can take and where you can go to get more help. Ultimately, each student is responsible for finding and securing their own housing. And before being able to register for classes, Canadore College does require students to sign a housing attestation statement to confirm that you've arranged for housing during your studies. While we can't assign you a room or guarantee housing, we can empower you with the knowledge and provide you the resources that are available to support you and to give you the best possible chance of finding safe and affordable housing while you're a student here at Canadore.
All right, what happens if I have a disagreement with my landlord? Could housing support help me with that?
Housing support can definitely help provide you with some talking points or resources to help resolve the issue with your landlord, but ultimately, The relationship between renter and landlord is something responsible for the student.
So, what if I'm living in Toronto? Is it realistic to commute to campus, or would it be easier if I move?
So commuting from Toronto or the GTA is not recommended. The distance from Toronto to Canador's College Drive campus is approximately 350 kilometers, depending on location, of course, but this is roughly a 4-hour drive. This distance also doesn't take into account traffic delays or bad weather driving conditions, which is something you seriously need to consider during the winter months. Driving from Toronto is an unrealistic distance to travel daily to and from campus. As I mentioned before, Canador also requires students to complete a housing attestation to confirm that you have arranged for housing during your studies, and this is done before you're able to register for classes. And it will specifically ask if you have secured housing in North Bay. If you haven't secured housing at the time of your registration, you won't be able to register for classes. So if you haven't already secured your housing, we highly encourage you to start your search right now. Leaving your search till the last minute means you risk being left with very expensive and limited options as the term approaches. So reach out to us at housing.support@canadorcollege.ca. If you need any assistance or support with your search, we're always happy to help and to help support our current and our future students. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you, Chelsea, for giving us great insight and important information about how to secure off-campus housing. This session will be recorded and posted on the Canador Orientation website.